Hello guys, Bathtub here, welcome to a new video, and today I have yet another iOS 14 video. I'm getting kind of annoying with this. But yeah, today we're gonna have a look at the top 10 hidden features of iOS 14 that weren't announced in the keynote. So yeah, as you know, Apple introduced iOS 14 on Monday, and as with every major release, they did show some new features in stage. But then there were others that they didn't show, of course, because otherwise the keynote would still be going on 5 days later. However, sometimes some of these features that they don't announce are even more exciting than some of the ones that they announce. So in this video we're gonna have a look at my personal top 10 of these features that have been found later by users and developers and that are just great. So yeah, starting with number 10 is the possibility to create your own smart stack. So Apple introduced the new Today view in which you can add widgets, and one of these widgets that you could add was the Smart Stack that would automatically, depending on the time of the day, show the most relevant widget for you. Kind of how the Siri watch face works in the Apple Watch. However, what they did not mention is that you can create your own stack, even if it's not smart. So you can just take the apps that you like, the widget, it has to be the same size, but just tag them one on another as if it was a folder that you were creating, an app folder, and then you can just swipe between the different widgets to see what you like. Next, with number 9, is zoom further into photos. Yes, finally. Yes, finally. So yeah, Android users of course have had this forever, but iOS was very limited as to how far you could zoom into photos. I guess this was made to not lose a lot of quality, which kind of makes sense. Even I have a lot of photos made with my camera that I'm recording this on with right now in my iPhone, and I can zoom in further than the ones made with the iPhone. But yeah, basically you can now zoom in further, and that's especially funny to get weird faces of your friends in a group picture and that. And also, now that I'm thinking, maybe this is a hint at future iPhone with more megapixels. On number 8 we have Moche Search, and yes, so this has been highly requested by users, and yeah, personally my personal list is not up higher because already, so the faces I pretty much know where they are, and when I want to put a different one I just type it and the predictive text searches it. Okay, I know this is way more than you can just search and you will get anything that is even ever so slightly related to the keyword. However, yeah, probably when I use it, it will grow on my list, but as of now it's 8 because the other 7 are just even better. Speaking of number 7 is sound recognition. So yeah, this feature is actually pretty big and wasn't announced in the keynote, and it's an accessibility feature. And basically it's made for people with hard hearing. And yeah, you just activate it and the iPhone will stay vigilant for different sounds such as doorbells, alarms, even pets like cats and dogs. And I think that's pretty nice. And yeah, so it's made for people that have tough times hearing. However, also if you're wearing earbuds, that could be very nice. The reason it's not higher up in my list, it's because as of what I've been trying up to now, it takes up a lot of battery. And yeah, it doesn't work quite well because there are, say you're playing music, it does take some weird things of the music as if they were doorbells or alarms or appliances or whatever. However, the good thing is that you can customize for what you want it to stay vigilant for. And next is probably number 1 in most people's lists, however I'm pretty weird, and it's a smaller call interface. So Apple showed in the keynote a smaller Siri interface that doesn't take up the whole screen. However, similarly, we have the same with the call screen. That is pretty nice, and especially because if you want to ignore a call, you just swipe up and that's it. You don't have to wait patiently for your phone to finish, for the person to finish calling. Again, there is a reason that it's not higher up in my list, and it's because I don't get calls that I don't want to answer that often. I rarely ever get calls, so when I get them I better answer. But yeah, the other features are just more usable and that's why they're higher up in the screen. Next is a very simple feature, but it's just great and I use it a lot, so it will be very handy. And it's the fact that the control center has been slightly redesigned and you now have the option to show the HomeKit controls directly there without having to tap on an external toggle. So that's pretty cool because you get super fast access to 6 different controls or HomeKit devices, and then if you just tap on the favorites icon, you get access to the rest. Again, this is this app in the list because it's something I use almost daily, and yeah, just saving that one tap can make a huge difference. Okay, we're almost getting to the podium, but number 4, just by ever so slightly not making it to the podium, is the fact that you can use FaceTime with picture-in-picture. So yes, in general, there is picture-in-picture with everything in the iPhone, but FaceTime and other video calling apps are especially interesting because you know that when you're doing a FaceTime call, if you leave FaceTime to do anything else on your phone, the video will pause for the other person. Now this isn't true because not only can you see the other person, but the other person will be able to still see you while you're using your iPhone. So I think this is great, and it's actually very well timing for now that we're with the pandemic, we're really restricting our travel and our visiting friends and stuff, and doing more video calls, including FaceTime. So I think that's very well to release it now. And now we're getting to the top 3. So these 3 features are actually so cool, and some of them are even futuristic. For example, number 3, which is the Bathtub. So this is just so amazing, like how is this technology even possible? So basically you can set up that if you do double tap or triple tap on the back of your phone, you will get an action performed. So you can set up, even open the camera, the control center, open an app, or even you can set up a specific shortcut, so you can pretty much do anything. So yeah, that is pretty cool. We don't know as of now which specific iPhones support that. Of course, the newest models do, such as the iPhone XS and XR and up, and the older models don't. So the 6S and SE first generation don't. Probably the 7th either, though that's not confirmed. And yeah, the thing is on the 8 and 8 Plus and 10, whether they will or not. My personal guess is that they will, because they have a glass back similarly to the iPhone XS and up. But yeah, it's not confirmed yet. And again, this feature could very possibly top the list. However, as I have not been able to try it yet, that's why it's in number 3. On number 2, I have a feature that has been very obscure, and it's the ability to caption photos. Yes, you cannot imagine how many times I have been wanting to put a comment on a photo I made with my iPhone. So say you're traveling and you take a photo of one place and you're like, oh, this person will love this photo, and you want to send them, but you don't have data or connection at that time. So you can just add a comment like send to whatever, and yeah, just see it there, and it's gonna be great. Also, again, if you're traveling and say you're somewhere and you're doing a local tour, guided tour, and the guide tells you something about that place which is great, and you don't want to forget it, you can just take a photo of the place, which will probably be nice, and just type it there and you will remember in the future. And also, this is very good for searching. Yeah, you can also add keywords for searching and just bypass iOS AI search, and just whatever you want to show up, when you search for a specific word, you can put it in the photo. So that's pretty great. And again, all of that I explained is just why this is so high up in the list. And now, with number 1, it's a feature that it's not exclusively iOS 14 technically, but also involves watchOS 7, which is the ability to set up notifications for when your Apple Watch is fully charged. Yay! And yeah, this is very exciting because I personally like to have my Apple Watch on all the time. However, that's not possible because of course it has to charge. And yeah, so usually what I do when I'm working from home, which is now, I put it to charge in the morning, and then just as soon as it's charged, I put it back on. However, sometimes I do forget that it's charged or that it's charging because I'm busy with work or I'm in a meeting or something, and that is why I actually have set up an alarm around the time where it usually finishes charging. But yeah, that doesn't work very well because if the battery was lower than the previous day, it will finish earlier or later or whatever, and it's also very inconvenient to have the alarm. But yeah, with this notification, just in the exact moment in which the Apple Watch has finished charging, you will get the notification on your iPhone, and if you see it, you can take it off and put it back on. So yeah, this is my top 10 of the hidden iOS 14 features that weren't announced in the keynote. Do you agree with me? Do you like some of these features? Is there any other feature that I didn't mention that you love? Let me know down below in the comments. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more Apple related content coming every week, and actually this week's it's coming almost every day. And yeah, just subscribe. But yeah, even if you don't subscribe, thank you very much for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.